Well, as you know, there are some changes in the WNBA this year, and one of them is how are we going to fit everybody on the team that we want on the team under the salary cap? And one of the players that everybody is just like, no matter what, Lexie Hull is going to be there. Well, is that the case? I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but I'm leaning she's going to be there. It's Lexie Hull and Sophie Cunningham are in the same conversation every time, and between the two, I believe Lexie Hull will be there over Sophie Cunningham. Now, before we get into her stats and everything, let's talk about the reason there's a chance that she could not be there is because she's going into her fifth year, and there's teams that are going to come knocking. You know what I mean? There's going to be teams there saying, we'll be willing to pay you this amount to come play for us. Now, even with the Fever this year, she's going to be on the higher end of like a minimum contract. She's not going to be one of those. She's not going to have a contract like some of these others, like between 3 and 500,000 or whatever. She's not going to be there. She's going to be over that. She's going to be, I would say, 700, maybe 750. That's what I think. Now, she deserves it, truthfully, because she's played very well this past couple of years, and she's not going to be cheap. Now, if she wants to stay with the Fever at that amount, but if someone comes to knocking and say, well, we'll pay you 800 or whatever, then it's going to be rough to turn that money down. But what could keep her there is Caitlin Clark, because where Caitlin Clark goes, eyes go. And I know Lexie has put out a makeup brand, and she's trying to promote that. And what better way to promote it than to be right there with the person that gets the most eyes in the WNBA, which is Caitlin Clark. So anyway, let's go right over into some of these stats. Let's just go over what she's accomplished and why she probably demands this money. All right, so she come into the league in 2022, I believe, out of Stanford. Yeah, she plays for Stanford. She's 6'1", 155. So she played her first year 26 games, and then she played in all 44 games last year. Her minutes have gone up tremendously. Now, her minutes went up tremendously last year because Caitlin Clark got injured, and a couple of other players, a couple of other point guards, and Sophie Cunningham got injured. So her minutes climbed because they were like, we need you on the floor. You know what I mean? So, and then her points, these are averages now. It says the average for the season. Each year she's played, her average points has gone up. Now, there was times last year when she played that I got a little frustrated with her because she just could not find the basket. Defensively, she was there no matter what, but sometimes she just couldn't get it. Just couldn't get it. So she's averaging 7.2 points per game, where her first year she was at 3.8. She's gradually gone up over time to 7.2. If she goes on that path, this is what you got to look at. If she could end up going up, because she went up 5.5 the year in 2024. She was at 5.5 and then went up to 7.2 in 2025. And she's already proved that she can play more minutes and be productive. So therefore, she could possibly play a bigger role this year. And I'd like to see her this year at least 9 to 10 points a game. If that's the case, then every dime they give her is worth it. Rebounds. On average, she averages 4.3 rebounds per game. She first year was 1.5. Now, steals, even her steals has gone up over time. Last year, she had 1.2 steals per game, 0.2 blocks. Her field goal percentage was 39.5, but the previous year was 44.1, but she shot less shots the year before. She was forced to come in and play. Her field goal, her 3-point field goal percentage is 36.7. That's pretty good, which tells me she should probably try to shoot more threes. Sounds to me. Now, her regular season total that she produced on rebounds last year was she got 190 rebounds, 51 steals, 7 blocks. How many blocks did she average? 0.2, like I said. So that's in the regular season. So this is what you're going to get out of her in the regular season. Let's see what she did in the playoffs, postseason. So in 2024, she played 30 minutes per game in the playoffs. Okay, they played two games, 30 minutes, 33 minutes per game, 6.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 steals, 2.5 steals, 2 assists, and 0.5 blocks. So in 2025, last year, her minutes went up to 33.5. She was forced to play more minutes because of the injuries. They played 8 games. She had averaged 10.3 points per game, and her rebounds 5 per game, 2 assists, the same as the year before, but her steals went down. So, anyway, that's what you got out of her during those time, the playoffs and the regular season. Now, what I would like to add is what you get from Lexie Hull is not a bunch of points. You don't get a lot of fancy show. She's a hustler. She's disruptive. She may not get the steal, but it could lead to a steal a lot of times. But the number one thing that I like about Lexie Hull the most is when she does get the ball, her eyes are looking for Caitlin Clark. Now, last year in the regular season, when she played with Caitlin, she played better than she did after. So she's not trying to look like some of these other players that want to showboat and try to get out in front and run and be the man or woman. She's trying to find the person that can facilitate the ball to score, which means she's trying to set up the offense instead of trying to run, which is good because you want to get it to the person that's going to dish it out, because that sets her up also to where she can get a pick, come around, and Caitlin pass her the ball and she can score. She's not a person that's going to be one-on-one with somebody and take them to the basket. So she has to give it to a point guard like Caitlin in order for her to have her production. But like I said, defensively, she's really good. So now, with that being said, she's not a lockdown one-on-one with the best player on the team lockdown either. But she's a hustler, which means she can find the ball, which is very important. She's got a lot of energy. She's the first one try to go to the floor to get the ball. She's always looking for something constantly. She's that person that's always in the spot. See, this is where Lexie is valuable to a certain extent too. That you're not going to see this on a stat sheet like we just read. She puts herself in a position where that pass that usually gets passed to whoever doesn't get passed because she's in the way. You understand? She's always in a spot where she's in a right position defensively to handle the situation and stop everything from happening. So the Fever are going to need energy, okay, on the floor like Lexie. Because I have a feeling they're never going to be able to make a deal with Sophie Cunningham. So they're going to have Lexie Hull. I think Lexie Hull is going to be back with the team. I think they'll fork out enough money. Another thing that's important, too, about Lexie Hull is that Stephanie White really likes her. So it's going to take a lot to for Stephanie White to let her go. She's going to be hell-bent on making sure Lexie Hull is there because she fits right into the system that she wants defensively. And she's a team player. That's another thing. She's a team player. That's something that they all need to be a part of. Team. That's how they made the run they made last year with less skill players because they had a team, not individual players trying to show out. So with that being said, I wanted to go over that because I believe that Lexie Hull will be back on the team next year playing with Caitlin Clark and Boston. I'm not sure about Kelsey Mitchell, but we'll see. But she will definitely, I believe, be there. So anyway, that's what I think about Lexie Hull. Till next time, see ya.